started gardening at 3 when they gave me some radish seeds, and in a few weeks I had a crop and was a success. So I did more of that. I think there are basically two kinds of expressions, those who draw wonderfully well and those who build. And I feel I'm a builder, and you can build houses like this. Interlacing is the kind of building. It's something I enjoy doing.
Well, we're here this morning at Longhouse with educators and with students as guests of Jack Lenor Larsen. He, of course, is also a scholar and a researcher and a designer and an entrepreneur, and it goes on and on.
Working with materials and systems is a good way to understand anything.
Perhaps you might start by telling us a little bit about what interlacing really means.
Interlacing is a system, and learning about it and the materials involved and the order of interlacing, we learn about systems. Actually, everything is a system. The whole solar system is a system, of course, and a one-cell organism is also a system. And we take in energy and we eliminate waste, and engines do it, we do it, everything does. And once you can understand systems, you can invent new ones, and you can understand the systems we are and that we live in, and how to make design systems, color systems. It's a basic understanding. Over, under, over, under. Interlacing is one of the basic systems. If you think of a pigtail braid, for instance, that's simply 3 strands that are interlaced, over one, under one, over one, under one. But it's also the way weaving is made, over one, under one. Or your blue jeans are over 2, under 1, over 2, under 1. A different kind of interlacing. It's also one of the basic ways of making baskets. Baskets are incredibly important because the first people were about the size of one. They were about 3 feet tall. They didn't kill big animals at all. They were gatherers and scavengers. And once they could make some baskets, they could catch small fish, or they could pick nuts or berries or things to eat and come together. And once they came together, they were having a group, and they needed language. And they invented language, but in the process of interlacing, some baskets go over 5, under 1, over 5, under 1. They also learned mathematics, and in talking they learned language, and all sorts of good things happened after that. This is Indians in the jungle of Colombia or Panama that make these beautiful baskets. This one's done with copper by a man in Montana that learned how to braid first leather, and now he's working in metals. And this is birch bark, and it's simple like any plain weave, but very beautiful.
Oh, I see the cowboy thing over there. How was that made?
That's interlaced, and it's done by a man who normally would make mats or rugs. It's called in Spanish petate. It's an old-fashioned figure from almost 100 years ago.
Wow.
It's totally interlaced, and it's certainly 3-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
When you feel like weaving, how do you get an idea for what you're going to weave or what you're going to use?
It can start in any of 3 places. It can be a new material, and some of those are very beautiful, and how to keep the beauty of that material when it's interlaced. Or it can be a function. I've done a lot of fabrics for airlines where they have to be very fireproof and light in weight, and how to solve that. So it's a functional problem, or it can be the process.
What is your favorite material to interlace?
Favorite one?
Yeah.
The one I haven't used yet. Yeah. Here's an interesting material. This is modern Zulus down in South Africa, and they're taking telephone wire to interlace.
What is that piece supposed to be over there? Like, it's like this one. What's this supposed to be?
This one?
Yeah.
This is Colombian.
And so is wine.
Well, it is, and this is called coiling. You start in the center, you go round and round and round, and the lighter colored yarns are woven, are used with a needle to stitch the others together. This is actually modern day Colombia. But here are a lot of ceramics, primarily of last 2,500 years. Today, collecting is one of the ways of expressing individuality. And in the mass culture, I think that's a real need to, who am I? I'm part of everyone, but I'm also an individual. To reinforce that, both government and industry would like us to be as sheep-like as possible. They'd like to know how we're going to vote and what we're going to buy. But our responsibility is to resist that. I think that's the whole secret in life, is we're always told by your teachers and parents what you should do, but figuring out what you want to do. And then you do that well, because you really like to do it. And pretty soon you're doing it better than others, and that produces some kind of magic. There's so little magic today that people will follow those who seem to have some.